welcome to episode 29 of the JurassicWorld.org podcast. I'm Jack, and I'm joined with Asees, Chris, Ryan, and Alex today. Hello all.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
It's all good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I think
we're all good. I'm going to speak for the collective. We're all pretty good.
We're all doing pretty good today. And maybe everyone except for Alex, who seems to keep disappearing on us.
Yeah, he's back and forth. He's here. So, I mean, Bryce Dallas Howard teases Claire Dearing in Jurassic World sequel. Wasn't much of a tease.
Yeah,
but it was. It was pretty fun nonetheless. She just had an interview with E! Online Entertainment. Well, what did she say? She just said she's a different person now. Something about heels.
Yeah, she said. She really said that she can't say anything, but she knows her character development from Jurassic World, and she knows that she kind of ends the movie as a different character. But she also said that she's been cornering Colin and Derek for details about the film, and they have told her things, and she's excited. Given it's not like she would say that she wasn't excited, but she looked genuinely excited. I
think for her it's exciting. Like personally, I don't really want to see her return, but I think she'll. Hopefully, yeah.
Well, can I say something? Like, I didn't mind her in Jurassic World. I liked her in Jurassic World, but my problem is I never bought her arc because she never seemed cold enough to begin with. Like, I never really saw her in her prime. I think the most in control thing she did was nudge the trash can over to Lowry's desk to catch his drink. I would have liked to see her. I would have liked to see more of what she did and seen her do it well. And I would have liked to see her play it out a little bit more coldly.
I think she alluded to that too. Excuse me. As to how her character is going to be in the sequel.
Yeah.
Because she said she's going to, she's dropped that corporate persona now, and she sees things in a different light, in a different aspect. So.
Well, this is what I put in the article. I was curious if that means to her that she'll be, donning a more Sarah Harding-esque wardrobe. If that's what she means.
She's hippie now.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that's just the thing, though. I never bought her as a corporate person, necessarily. She just seemed really busy with work, but she never seemed like an actual corporate person to me. She actually seemed a little too sweet and nice, but caught up in her own life. And I think that might have just been Bryce Dallas Howard's personality bleeding through into the character, because towards the end of the movie, she seemed to kind of align more, but I never bought her as kind of like the cold business corporate person that I imagined she read in the script.
Yeah, I understand that. I get what you mean. I think it'll be interesting to see how she develops. Like I said, I didn't really think her character would come back. I kind of figured that was it for her. After everything that happened in Jurassic World, she's out.
Okay, well, let's be honest. We know Henry Wu's coming back.
Yeah.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes sense, though.
So BD Wong will definitely be coming back. I mean, that's something that he's teased, although they've never officially said it. But the reason why the press release didn't officially say it, because B.D. Wong's not a huge, star known across the world, but Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard are, so that's why their names are included in the press release. We know other characters are coming back. I'd imagine Omar Sy is coming back, because Colin said that he wrote the character in hopes for sequels, so... But
yeah, and he said, but this is one thing Colin said about Chris Pratt and Omar Sy. It's like they were buddies, and their friendship is fantastic through the movie, and that will continue, in the sequels. But they had maybe one scene together.
They had 2 scenes together.
And Omar Sy had one scene outside of that where he saw InGen on the beach,
which I kind of liked. That was
it reminded me of Lost World.
I would like to see some action on that beach. We've never really seen vehicles tearing it up with dinosaurs on the beach. That would have been a cool setting.
Yeah, that would have been fun. Maybe they'd, as they arrive on the beach, they just knock out some compies. It would have been a nice callback to Lost World with Kathy Darling.
Or even to scare away a little herd of Microceratus. I don't know, something. It was just a really beautiful
I don't know what that
setting.
is. It sounds cool though.
They're those Microceratus, or those little they look like little bipedal
half developed
like Protoceratops. I think
so. Small Triceratops.
I think they used to be called Microceratops, but then the Microceratus name stuck.
So, did you guys see the Behind the Magic visual effects of Jurassic World by ILM?
Yes.
Indeed.
No. I get an excuse though. I have midterms to study.
That was like 2 weeks ago. You did not have midterms. You've always got midterm. I don't.
Oh,
I have midterms every week, man. It's awful.
Yeah, how many schools are you enrolled in? I mean,
One.
How many
but, I
programs?
mean, even in that first shot at the start with the T-Rex roaring over, over the whole park, you can see how much of Hawaii they just wiped away and to create that park. It's pretty. It surprised me actually more than I thought.
yeah,
I mean, the whole park pretty much is fake.
exactly.
I mean, we knew Main Street was built and then basically planted on these Hawaiian scenes, but yeah, it was pretty mental, to be honest.
Yeah,
what they
and
did.
it's too bad because that view from that helipad was beautiful, but it was a bay, so they obviously couldn't have the park down there, so they did have to wipe away that beautiful location. So it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to see them. Like, you have this wonderful, like you said, a wonderful shot of Hawaii, and then they just wipe it away with CG.
They did a good job because, I mean, that shot looks beautiful. A lot of times you'll get, like, long distance shots where there's a lot of CG mountains and buildings, and you look at it and you're like, that looks real, but it doesn't look real. But in Jurassic World, I mean, you're looking at that, you're like, well, that's obviously CG, but it doesn't scream CG. It's a nice shot.
No, yeah, you can't fault the CG in Jurassic World, building wise and structure wise. Like, it's fantastic.
Exactly. I love
and then obviously, I think what surprised people. Well, we knew this was happening. The in the zoo. with the kids riding on like humans' backs. It's so stupid, but it worked so well.
It worked.
I would love that job though.
Yeah, isn't the ginger kid? Isn't he Bryce's
No, that's
son?
Colin Trevorrow's son.
Oh, which was
Bryce's son hugs the
That's it,
lamina
yeah,
dinosaur,
and it says
Hadrosaur.
her daughter, isn't it, or something? I don't know.
Man, I would have loved to have been there.
Yeah, that would have been.
That's the scene. That's the best scene in that movie. I love that.
Yeah,
scene.
I would have.
A good way to kick off the filming as well. That was the first thing
Exactly.
they filmed.
And, I mean, we've seen some of the pictures. We saw like how detailed the sets were. It kills me the fact that you don't really get to explore it because they did a really good job. I'll tell you what, though, the extras must have been like so excited. They see all these Jurassic World banners, like this is the coolest thing ever, and they're like, okay, you're gonna be looking at baby Triceratops. They're like, oh boy, oh boy. And there's this guy's walking on all fours, like. They're like, okay, little boy, you go sit on that man's back and pretend like he's a dinosaur.
Yeah. The gyrosphere as well. I mean, I've said from the start, the whole gyrosphere vehicle was just weird to me. It's just so strange. But I mean, the CGI on it, the way they made it work was just.
What's really funny is the reason the gyrosphere exists. It was one of those little Sphero remote control balls. It's like a ball, and you can remote control it, and it's just a ball. And that's
it's a ball.
What makes that special is
it's just a ball.
What makes it cool is because it's just a ball that can roll wherever you want it by remote controlling it. And they thought, hey, that's really cool.
Like BB-8.
Yeah, well, no, that's the funny thing is the Sphero remote control device is what inspired BB-8 and the gyrosphere. Like, film companies saw that. They're like, whoa, this is really cool technology. And because of it, BB-8 was created, and because of it, the gyrosphere was created. I thought that was funny, because both film productions credited that device for inspiring something that's pretty notable from the film.
What you're saying is we should have a BB-8 life size in the next movie instead of the gyrosphere. I'd be down with that, right? BB-8 in Star Wars. I mean, Jurassic Park.
I would. Why not?
Crossover.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was last in London, we had a BB-8. And we got really drunk, and we were seeing how high we could put it, like how high it would survive, like falling off a ledge or something. The little BB-8 remote control figure.
That's abuse.
Yeah, it was so funny though, man. But it can survive quite a high fall off shelves or a windowsill or something like that.
It can go downstairs.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
The funniest thing, though, is that its head comes off.
Yeah.
It hits the floor and then the head bounces off.
I love the fact that they were able to create that. That's really, really cool.
Yeah, I mean the toy is fantastic. Really difficult to use, but to get used to controlling it. But it's great.
I love the fact that they built that for the movie. They did BB-8 was really cool. I think the gyrosphere is pretty cool, but I can buy BB-8 more than I can buy the gyrosphere, and that's probably because they built a real working BB-8 and they didn't build a real working gyrosphere. Honestly,
that's hard. That's
probably,
expensive.
Yeah, exactly. They probably could have built a gyrosphere with some changes, but it would have been very expensive. So it's not I'm not upset that they didn't do that. But I think that's why, like, I can make sense of BB-8 because it's actually a real working thing, and the gyrosphere is a hypothetical representation of something. But it's a cool device.
I've got to ask, just back to this ILM video. What was with the like really weird orange grade that they were throwing over final shots? Because that wasn't the movie grade. They would just kind of, I don't know, it's not on all of them, but at the end, they just kind of slide across a really orangey grade that isn't the movie's grade.
I'm trying to think. I mean, my Blu-ray, I think the grading's pretty orange.
Yeah, it's warmer. Yeah, it's not
more so. Yeah,
blue.
It's funny because you know how they came out on digital before the Blu-ray. I think we've talked about this before. But the color grading on the digital copy before Blu-ray is different than the Blu-ray and different than the film. So in theaters, it was very teal. And the teal still presides throughout the movie and all the releases. And then the digital copy was a little less teal, and then the Blu-ray was way less teal. But it's weird how there's three different color grades.
Yeah, I think the Blu-ray transfer is great, though. And I think it's, they shot on film. They shot on 35mm and 65mm for while they were in Hawaii. We were discussing this when we were running up to the trailers and stuff. They're beginning to make it look digital with the heavy blue grade,
yeah.
But it was weird because you had this amazing footage, this really raw looking human footage, and then they just graded the shit out of it in the trailers.
What's interesting?
The Blu-ray does look better.
What's interesting is I was watching. We posted it a while ago, but it was from Image Engine. It was like their not their sizzle reel, but like their effects reel, like the before and after. And I was watching. It actually turned out that the plates were too warm. I mean, they looked really nice, but they were actually warmer than natural lighting. So I think they were going in and adding teal to try to balance out, like to white balance. And I think that it eventually, then when they started grading the movie, it just went too far. I think that it looks like they filmed with a warmer color base. I'm not exactly sure how or why. Maybe that's just because of the way the original Jurassic Park was filmed. And then they decided, hey, this is too warm, let's dial it back afterwards. Or I'm not exactly sure what was going on with that, but the plate...
I don't know, it seems intentional to me. Blockbusters
really
have
warm.
A view now. They have a look.
Exactly. Maybe...
And that's something that, in my opinion, doesn't fit with Jurassic Park. You look at the nighttime scenes in Jurassic Park, and they're nice and warm.
You look at any picture of Hawaii, and it doesn't have a teal grade on it, or if you want to say Costa Rica, I mean, it just doesn't look like that in real life. And then you go and
it's humid and warm,
and the movie just looked too manufactured. And I mean,
but what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
what are you
I mean, I
At
think
least the Blu-ray looks okay. So
the Blu-ray does look a lot better.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it, man. It's been a while.
I watched it like the other week. Not bad in terms of quality.
Not bad.
Whoa.
4 out of 10.
That's the best you'll ever hear Asees talk about the movie, folks.
Yeah, go on, Asees. What do you think about Jurassic World now that you've seen it again?
I like the control room scenes.
Those are 6 out of 10. The rest of the movie, 2.
No, like the control room scenes are really good, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're witty and
interacting
fun.
and whatnot.
But it didn't get dangerous in there. How cool would it have been if, like, at the end of Cabin in the Woods, when they just get invaded?
I wanted that.
How cool would that have been in the control room?
Then Lowry would have died, and he was the best
Lowry
character
might
in
have
the movie.
survived. He's resourceful.
Yeah, he would have got out. But imagine if like they're watching this terror unfold, and
they
then
get
raptors break in. That would have been sweet.
I wanted to see that happen with the park in so many different aspects. But real quick, what's everybody's favorite character from Jurassic World? Like, what is your favorite character? What do you think was the best character?
Alex?
Ooh, Jimmy Buffett.
Yeah, we can all agree with that. Go on, though.
Probably Lowry, actually.
That's right.
It was a lot more fun.
And Ryan?
Same. I mean, he's the fan relatable character.
I think mine has. Yeah, while he was fantastic, I think the performance wise, who I liked the most was Vincent D'Onofrio. I really liked the way he played whatever the hell his character
Hoskins.
Hoskins, yeah, Vic Hoskins.
I
really liked his performance with that. He was really just such a cock, and it worked so well.
Such a cock. Oh my god, I love your British terminology.
But it worked, man. I thought he was brilliant in that role.
Yeah.
Like, he was so cocky and arrogant, and just he played it well. He was so confident, and
Yeah, you know what?
I don't know. I liked it. I thought
He was great. I personally have to go for Irfan Khan as Mizrani. I think that he was the most complex character. I think he had the most complete. For such a short amount of time, he had a very interesting character arc. He was intelligent, on top of his game, charismatic. I mean, he was the full package. He was a Jurassic Park character through and through, and I really enjoyed him.
Do you think he should have died?
No, I don't. When I went,
I think Bryce should have died instead.
when I went to the Jurassic,
It was more her fault.
when I went,
Yeah,
well, no,
Bryce
he wasn't
died.
being punished. When I went to the Jurassic World premiere during the after party, Derek Connolly, I was talking to him, and he's like, "So, what did you think when we killed off Mizrani?" And I'm like, "God damn it!"
It wasn't
Did you
a good
actually
death.
tell him?
And he's like,
Oh,
"Well, did you see
no.
it coming?" I'm like, "No, but yes, because the trailer spoiled it." So as soon as I saw him get up in the helicopter, I'm like, "Oh shit, he's gonna die." What? But I'm like, out of honesty, I did not see that coming. And I'm like, I really liked his character, and he's like, I think that was something that they probably didn't do the entire time. They were. I mean, he didn't tell me this, but something tells me that was probably something that happened towards the end. They're like, we need something unpredictable to happen to one of the characters. But
they telegraphed that from like a mile away. Oh, it's his first day flying. Oh no, two more days.
I don't know if that was
a
I
telegraph.
don't even know if that was telegraphed though, because it wasn't his poor flying that got him killed. It was the fact that Pteranodons busted the helicopter up.
No, it's the fact that he got into the helicopter at all at the at the scene.
I guess
he was too overly cocky. I guess was
Well, I got the metaphor that he was. Well, I don't know if it was a metaphor, but he was the result of essentially chaos theory. One thing happening as the result of another, and I mean the whole park, the whole movie was essentially chaos theory. We've already talked about that. But I thought his death was like a culmination of that.
Yeah, and I think what's really cool about his character arc is he was able to go through all the paces of realizing he needed to do something without ever leaving the control room. Like, he started out like, well, we've got to contain this, we have a lot of money invested in this, and then he saw a few ACU guys go down, and he's like, screw that, we're taking this thing out, and he puts himself out there on the front line. And I think that he had a really complex character arc. I thought he was just really likable, and plus Irfan Khan just killed it. He's such a good actor.
He's great.
He is such a good actor.
He was
Get him in the
brilliant.
next movie.
He really
It
was.
hurts.
And then his role, I mean, when he had the back and forth with Henry Wu, that scene was really good, and I would have liked to see more like that. Like,
See, Wu was great, but I was talking to someone at my work the other day about Jurassic World, and obviously the hype, he's just a casual fan, and obviously the hype at the time, everyone loved Jurassic World, but now people are beginning to, really give their true opinion. And he was like, you know what, there were too many flaws for him, and he said the one thing he really didn't like was Wu. They made him the bad guy, basically, and he just didn't see that as being Wu. He just didn't. He didn't like it. He didn't see it, and I kind of see.
No, I totally get that. I don't think they meant to make him the bad guy. They tried to make him like a bastard. Like, he was just supposed to be. He was supposed to be a cocky asshole, basically. But I think that like the way that they play it out is, you watch it. He doesn't outright say it. He doesn't fully telegraph it in a obvious way. But I think it's nuanced. I think that you're supposed to see him. You see the regret in his eyes of working with Hoskins because he didn't expect these things to happen. And you kind of watch it, and at first when he hears people are killed, he's like, "Oh, that's unfortunate, but life goes on. We'll take care of this." But as things kind of begin to go on, you just see it in his eyes. He's like, "What did I do? What's happening around me?" And by the end of the movie,
to be fair, that's true. When he gets on the helicopter,
he's just got the "I made a deal with the devil, I'm screwed" type of look.
Yeah, so maybe his character arc for the sequel, providing they definitely do bring him back, will be him trying to redeem things, or him trying to stop, this.
Yeah, and
happening.
I kind of see him.
It's my DNA. Give it
I
back.
see him as a little bit of a political hostage in a way. That probably Hoskins and Ingen said, "Hey, look, here's the deal. We can fund you to do some crazy things with the dinosaurs that you never wanted to do before, but you've got to do them in the way that we want them to be done. So, like, you can push your science, you can push the envelope, you can hybridize animals and learn so much about genetics, but you got to.
It's a tricky decision for him. He might decide he's spent enough time in the company of death.
Ooh,
Boom.
Lost World.
The best movie in the world is The Lost World, Jurassic Park.
No, I mean, I like him, but I do agree that if they play him out to be a villain, I'm going to be pretty upset with that. I'm just hoping that it's going to be a lot more nuanced than that, and, like, yeah, he's going to do a lot of screwed up things in the sequel, but we're going to kind of see him as, like, a victim of circumstance.
Well, I think he's more true now to what his character is in the novel than what he was, than what he portrayed in the first movie, especially the conversation that he had with Masrani. That's where I thought Masrani had his Hammond moment, especially from the novel, because those two argue in the novel, and you really kind of see.
True, yeah, that scene was almost pulled directly from the novel, which was nice.
And, I
swear
Hammond,
the canary and the cat line, that was from the novel, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I really liked that. And to be fair,
so
I really
angry.
liked that scene. And I loved that they were drinking amber tea.
Yeah.
This certain tea. Just the whole decor of that office.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Brilliant. It's just a shame we didn't get to see in Wu's lab.
Yeah.
They spent all this time building it, and we spent like a tiny scene in there with no real shots of the lab.
We never even got
weird.
it's probably because it was a constrained space, so the camera could only capture so much, but yeah, we never got to spend a lot of time looking through it. It would have been interesting to maybe spend some time with Wu before things go awry.
Yeah, I mean, just a scene where he doesn't even talk. He's just doing something
That
in
could
the
have
office.
been a good scene to get Bryce Dallas Howard in doing something important. We could have seen her and Wu doing something that they normally... I mean, I'm sure that they have normal
and maybe
operations.
But maybe it could have been Bryce was pushing for something for Wu to do, and Wu was almost saying, they are animals at the end of the day. Maybe, it could have been something where Wu... reestablishes himself as he does care about what he's doing. You know what I mean?
You know how this problem can be solved? Give us a prequel comic.
Yeah,
like a series of comics in the prequel setting. What's wrong with that?
Is
it going to happen?
Canon?
Is what?
Good question.
Is the Lydia game canon?
Yeah, I know Colin Trevorrow basically wrote all that backstory.
Wu has,
what, the Lydia game?
Wu has a lot more lines and.
I mean, I don't think he wrote everything,
game.
but he ultimately kind of that works. Well, here's the way I see that it happened. And then they probably took his rough outline and then they probably wrote lines and they probably made some stuff up as well. But yeah, I think the idea was to make it mostly canon. Same with the Lego Jurassic World, with obvious changes. Masrani Global, everything like that is supposed to fit into one cohesive universe building tool.
So Sam Neill was also interviewed in regards to Jurassic World. The question was, when Jurassic World came out, was that something you felt you had to see? Because obviously I think what's more interesting is he was always involved and then not involved and then involved with Jurassic 4. There was a stage where he was in it and he was talking about it. So for him, this must be a really weird thing. They've kind of gone ahead and released this massive movie and he, in the end, was never asked to be a part of it. So he said, I was very curious to see it and I'm happy to see it, and I thought they did a really good job and the actors were real good.
Interesting.
And then
okay.
I think the most funny thing was he said about Zara's death. Boy, what did the English girl do wrong? She got eaten by 3 dinosaurs at once. Just pull her into the pool and she gets eaten underwater? No. So he didn't agree with that.
Yeah.
The way he said it was so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, she got eaten by 3 dinosaurs at once. Which is true.
I love Sam Neill. Oh my god.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Even though, those kind of deaths are... I mean, you see it in Lost World when the best movie ever made, when there's the raptors in the field and they're just taking out InGen soldiers really violently and stuff. It's kind of similar to that, but at the same time, she didn't really do anything.
Yeah.
She didn't, and she was such a minor character that just got like ripped to pieces. It's kind of.
I was having this conversation with someone the other day, and for the life of me, I can't think of who the hell I was talking about dinosaurs with, or dinosaur movies with. But I was having this conversation with someone, and I said like the big thing with Zara's death, it's not the fact that she dies, or dies in an exaggerated way. It's the fact that she dies for so long. Other characters, you know that they're going to die, and it's a draw, build up to when they get eaten. But she is being eaten for like 45 seconds on screen by different dinosaurs, and it's pretty horrific. I mean, she's getting drowned, pulled out of the water, carried, screaming. I mean, it's a horrible thing to see. And the entire time you're thinking, am I supposed to be rooting for the dinosaurs? Because this seems like one of those epic kills that like you had like a build to, and you're like, fuck yeah! And like... It
definitely feels like their intention
very unapologetic, especially because they never mention it afterwards. And I think that it just resonates strangely. I mean, we've seen a lot of people that death gets brought up by a lot of people. It's strange.
Even Sam Neill.
She got brutalized there. I think that if she were eaten for if it just happened and it was done without the whole build to it, I think people would be less upset or less disturbed by it. But it's like. It's kind of horrific to watch. I mean, if you would have thrown blood in it would have been like a death out of like an R-rated slasher monster movie, like with all this screaming and torture that she went through.
I think you're right though, Chris. It did seem like as a little bit of a scene for them to kind of show these dinosaurs almost working hand in hand. Not that it was the dinosaurs' plan to kill her together, but you know what I mean. Like it was like, okay, why don't here we show the dinosaurs being fucking dinosaurs?
It's really cool.
Shit.
It's a really cool scene.
That's not Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it's
though.
cool.
That's not
but
Jurassic Park.
No, it's not Jurassic Park. But like, sometimes you just want to see, like in Lost World, the greatest movie ever made, when the Triceratops, bashes through the camp and
so cool.
Have dinosaurs in less than a month, and it's just cool. You're just like, these dinosaurs are just ripping things to shreds because they've been captured. And,
exactly.
It kind of. I think they might have been going for something on that.
I think they wanted to write the.
I don't think it worked
ever.
well,
and I think the problem is just the way that it. Yeah, it was her, and then the way that it builds to it, the way that it's taught.
She didn't really deserve it. I mean, she was on her phone, but so is everyone.
So what?
So what, man? Like, it's 2016.
The weirdest thing is like Claire is talking to her throughout the movie, and she's like the last person that the kids are with. As far as Claire knows. And then Claire never even so much as asks about Zara, there's a hint that they have a pretty strong ongoing relationship.
No one cares about her.
Exactly. All it would have taken was Claire to say, where's Zara? And the kids, they just could have, had a little bit of like, oh God, no, type of scene.
She got wrecked by dinosaurs.
They just threw her out.
And that way, like, her character arc is kind of complete. But nobody gave a shit, so you feel like you're supposed to be rooting for the dinosaurs. And it's just weird.
Yeah, they don't even. I mean, I think they cut back to Ty when she gets thrown in the water, but there isn't really anything after that. But don't you find it kind of strange how, like, Colin, which is great, Colin's, promoting women in the film industry and saying there should be more and it should be equal rights, which I think all of us agree with anyway.
Yes.
But don't you find it strange how then he kills Zara, the female, who did nothing to deserve it, in the most brutal way and without any sort of.
And I think that's a victim
after that, that's it.
Fortunate circumstance, because if you look at the storyboards and scripts, you'll see that the person that had that death was.
It was a dude.
It was a dude who had a gun shooting at the dinosaurs, and then it was a guy who had a camera. It was like a cameraman who, while everyone's running trying to save themselves, he was just filming it all, and then he gets punished for basically being a dick because while everyone's dying, all he could think about is But
what the fuck? Jurassic Park all-nighter?
Oh my god!
What is this?
Oh my god! And guess what? So the one time close to my birthday that the Prince Charles in London shows all the Jurassic Park films, I'm not even in Britain.
Oh my god!
Great, classic, absolute.
I would love to do this. Holy hell!
That sounds amazing. Those all-nighters, dude, at the Prince Charles are amazing. They did Scream, like all the Scream films through the night, and then when Scream 4 came out, and it was just so good. Like,
I went and saw Groundhog Day Tuesday. It was insane.
Wasn't that there was a channel in Britain that were doing literally from like 1 a.m. on Groundhog Day to the last hour of the day. They played Groundhog Day all day.
That's
and
epic.
then there was like even the description in the TV guide. It was like the synopsis, but it was split between each like different showing. So you'd have to. It was just so stupidly funny. I thought it was great.
Dinosaurs.
Wow, I'm not there.
That sucks.
I can't believe that. That's so annoying. What is? Oh, for fuck's sake! I love the Prince Charles as well. That's where I met the guy that did The Room.
Oh,
Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy was out. Yeah,
The
he
legend.
he is a smelly individual. He is very funny.
Is smelly? You're talking about like gross?
Well, no, it was hot in there, and he just is hairy and big and sweaty.
That's
and,
disgusting.
yeah. But we had a picture with him, which is on Facebook. He is just a very funny individual. I bought The Room hoodie, and
That's some dedication.
he signed my Blu-ray, and and then we threw spoons at the screen. That was.
Wait, did he partake in this event too, throwing spoons at his own screen? Or
Yeah, I have to. The Prince Charles Theatre, the one we were in, is amazing because it doesn't. The screen isn't at the bottom and it doesn't go down.
Curves up, doesn't it?
It curves up. It's really cool. Like, so you're never out of view, but the people at the back are actually the lowest people, and the screen you're constantly. It's just brilliant laid out. But yeah, you have plastic spoons and you just throw them at the screen.
I would be livid if they did that during my screening. Like, bitch, I paid money to watch this movie.
But it's not like paying money to watch The Room. It's like an event where you go and you throw spoons. That's the point. Like, because The Room.
What? Guys, you pay money to throw spoons at the screen, of course.
Yeah, but you guys have. Ben Stiller was the one who started it. He was doing screenings of The Room in New York, and there's like, you'd always shout things at the screen and like for The Room, and then they started throwing spoons at the certain spoon scene. Yeah, but.
So it's
That
sort
was
of like
fun.
like the way people do like Rocky Horror, where it's becomes involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
interactive because The Room is a terrible, terrible movie.
Okay, I
we
need
also
to admit
saw
something. I've never seen it, but I don't want to watch it.
Chris,
I want.
it's like the worst
I want
film
to get
ever
a few
made.
friends-
That
I want to get a
Best
few
film
friends
ever
together.
made.
We also watched his pilot. This is literally the first time anyone's seen his pilot for his new TV series, which I very much doubt got picked up. But it was somehow worse than The Room, and I couldn't tell you how or why. It was just so bad. Like
if they do another Men in Black movie, they should have him as a cameo as an alien.
yeah, more sugar, please.
Sugar
That kind of guy. Yeah, man. But that's Vincent D'Onofrio's role, wasn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he played Vic. So maybe Tommy Wiseau gets Men in Black 4, and then he gets Jurassic 5.
I hope so.
never
We can
know.
only hope.
we could
can
have.
have,
Oh, hi, Raptor.
Oh, hi, Mark. So I mean, let's
Dinosaurs.
Let's talk about Jurassic World 2.
Yes, everyone's favorite movie, more than Lost World.
Yeah, it's
Everyone's
our favorite. We
favorite
haven't
movie.
seen it yet, but it's our favorite fucking movie.
It's gonna be my favorite movie, I guarantee you.
Yeah, it will be for like the first 4 months, and then you'll hate it.
Yeah, you'll
enough from
cry,
you.
and your sister will say that everyone's looking at you, and then you'll
Oh, enough
cry.
of that.
Wait, Aziz, but defend yourself. Why is it going to be the best?
Because they learn from the
Dinosaurs.
mistakes of the first one. There's going to be actual characters and actual story, and maybe 2 animatronics.
Maybe two.
That's what 2 stands for.
Like,
2.
Jurassic World
Yeah.
2 animatronics. That's the subtitle.
Two animatronics. That's a way to not sell it to fans. Like, what do you think it's going to be about, Alex? Go for it, mate.
Probably dinosaurs.
Hell yeah!
Ooh, could
No
be,
shit.
could be far-fetched.
I
but
got
it
no
might.
idea.
You
man.
might be
Like,
onto something.
The way we jumped off of the last movie, it's not where I thought it was going to be. So, in my case, all
Yeah,
bets are off.
strangely enough, yeah.
You know what? So we know it's going off the islands because Colin said that he wants to get off the islands. But so we know we're going off the islands. But do you think that we'll return to one of the islands before we go off them? Like, do you think that there will be a reason to return
You
to
have
Nublar
to.
or Sorna?
I
And
don't
do
think
you
you know
want
what?
to?
For all these
Characters in
answers,
the
And do you
movies.
want to? Is I guess my question. Do you want to go back? And
Yes.
which island do you want to go back? What do you want to see?
do you know what? Jurassic World wasn't everything I wanted it to be. So now, then thinking about the sequel, I don't even know if I don't know what I want. And it's so strange because, I'd love to go back to sauna, but I don't want them to do sauna and then do it in the wrong way. And then...
They've done it wrong 2 times, though, haven't they?
They did it right the first time.
No. They were wrong both times.
Thank you.
Well, okay, the Lost... I mean, I don't know if there's really any reason to go back to sauna. Because it's such an amazing setting. It's just the wild. It's nature. And I think that feeling can be preserved at a new location. So I think if we go back to an island, it should probably be Nublar, and it should probably be like the remnants of the park.
Which park?
Both at this point. I mean, I would like to see some. I mean, how cool would it be if we get to see finally a sequence in the underwater mosasaur view? I mean, like the viewing area underneath, but an action sequence. Like, let's see somebody get chased.
There's an issue there.
Let's see someone get chased by velociraptors and get mauled by velociraptors while the mosasaur.
Yeah, but we should have seen that in Jurassic World. I don't think they'll take us back there. Something tells me it really isn't going to go back to Nublar at all.
Yeah.
I just don't see them doing it
Maybe
now.
an inciting incident or something.
Yeah, like an...
Yeah, but this is it. Will the inciting incident come back?
Yeah, I hope so. Do you think that they'll Okay, if they go ahead with the whole raptor idea, to a degree, even if it's not like super involved, if they go ahead with the raptor idea, do you think we're going to see a scene that reincorporates Blue?
I hope not.
I really hope not.
I hope not, man. Yeah, no more of that.
I don't want raptors.
So you don't think
it's gonna? See, this is it. It's gonna go that way. It's gonna be raptors trained.
We're gonna get sales script.
I didn't like it.
Sales script is coming back.
I don't think so, because Jurassic World was like the attempt to basically take that idea and nullify it in a lot of ways.
I would very much like if it didn't.
I disagree with that.
If the raptors were wild and scary again, because they weren't scary.
Well, I think part of that comes down to the way that they were animated and the way that they looked. I mean,
they were so cute.
They were stocky and weird.
I think
looking.
part of it, yeah, but I mean, the raptors didn't have any reason to be scary. Even when they spun around and turned on Pratt and all that, it wasn't scary.
No, because they weren't acting like they didn't act like velociraptors that we know and love from the Jurassic Park movies. When they
and we know they filmed that as well. We know they filmed days worth of scenes with the army, with the InGen soldiers in the jungles, basically, being hunted by raptors, and we saw it for like 10 seconds,
which I think is fine. It's just the problem is the way the raptors behaved before that wasn't that scary, and it just came down to the animation. I think that we could have had all those scenes preserved in the same way, but have the raptors just animate differently, and I think that it would have been a little bit more. It would have conveyed their ferocity and their intelligence and their unpredictability a lot more efficiently.
So
I think the end of the movie, when Delta busts through that glass and slides on the ground, that's when I'm like, that is a velociraptor from Jurassic Park. Like, that sequence starting there, and then the way that they surround them, it is so Jurassic Park there. And the way they it's really good looking. But when they're running through the forest, they look goofy. When they stop and encounter the Indominus Rex before they turn around, they look pretty good, though. But yeah, that
was probably the best CGI in the movie.
That and I would say the end CG where where Delta encounters Hoskins and then chases the crew. I think that she looked really good there. The lighting was just perfect.
Yeah,
for CG.
no, I like that. What you mean in the lab?
Yeah, when she busted in the lab, and then when she busted out of it and she slid on the ground and like chased them out the door and encountered the Dilophosaur hologram, like that was all like really well done.
That was Raptor for sure. I really liked that.
Like, I was fine, like, hell yeah, Velociraptors are back. Like, the way she animated. And I can't help but think the reason why she looked good there, when she busted through the glass, is probably because they didn't use motion capture. I think that they stayed too close to the motion capture. I think that they trusted the motion capture too much. So it made them all kind of move a little stiffer, stockier, and less menacingly.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. That's pretty interesting.
I have a question for everyone on this panel here, or whatever.
We're on a panel now. All right, guys, let's do a Comic-Con panel, just all of us.
In for panel.
I messed up. All right, anyways, shit, what was my question?
No one knows, man.
We were talking.
Right. Do you think we'll see the incorporation of human DNA into the dinosaurs?
No.
My lord.
Because I think that's already happened with the Indominus Rex.
No.
I think it's already happened.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
What makes you
it's definitely already happened.
What makes you think that there's human
why
DNA
do you think
in the
that,
Indominus
Asees?
Rex?
That is a video for another time.
No.
A video?
No.
I can't. I haven't prepared any notes, but I do definitely think that in Jurassic World
You think
2,
that's
there will be
human
one.
in
You
the
spend too much
Indominus?
time on YouTube.
100%.
But we know, Asees, that there's not. And
No,
we know
no,
what
no,
there
no,
is
no,
in
no.
there. The
There was
chameleon
one
and
picture.
the
There was one picture I
cuttlefish.
remember coming out recently, or as in recent, like 3-4 months ago. Didn't they say there was like a little bit of unknown DNA that accounted for the thumbs? Like, we don't know why the thumbs are here. That's human DNA, I guarantee it.
Iguanodon.
No, yeah, that would actually.
It's human. It's gonna be human, not iguanodon.
No,
Well, but they're not going to reveal that, are they? Like, that's if that
they will,
was
man.
a case, that's the Indominus is dead.
No, and it's really the thumbs are there just because they wanted to make it be able to grip things and hold things, which is something that they couldn't do
nonsense.
without thumbs.
I'm telling you, man,
But-
human DNA is coming in Jurassic World
No,
2.
but listen, if you buy the expanded media fiction for the Indominus Rex, which means after
What expanded
after
media
Brian
fiction?
Switek came involved, he looked at the design of the dinosaur and they said, this is half T-Rex, half Velociraptor, and he goes, cool, but it looks more like a Carnotaurus than a Majungasaurus. So he said, oh, but it also has that DNA in them as well. Both of those animals have thumbs. They have five-fingered hands.
It's definitely human.
They have five-fingered
Nah,
hands with
no.
thumbs. Carnotaurus, Majungasaurus, so...
Nope. Nope.
Yeah. Anyways,
I
so
won't
what do
buy
you
it.
think
now
of
that
the
I
human
shut
DNA.
this
Think-
down...
No.
Do you-
I want the human DNA.
Asees, all right, tell me, dude. Based on Jurassic World,
Yep.
what is your ideal sequel?
I think it's pretty obvious, isn't it? There's going to be...
No.
Listen.
What do you want?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. An adult crash lands on Nublar, and a group of kids have to go and rescue him. And then they get trapped there. And then they have to
Okay.
get out. That's what's going to happen.
There you had it, ladies and gentlemen. So Asees' favourite film is Jurassic Park 3, and for the sequel, he wants
the
kids
inverse of
rescuing
Jurassic Park 3.
kids.
No, I think there's something
There you go.
interesting to say is, Asees, you say that you didn't like the raptor stuff in Jurassic World. You say you don't want that in the sequel. And then you say you love the John Sayles script and it was way better than Jurassic World. You don't make sense to me.
I love John Sayles.
That is contradictory.
Why? Those aren't raptors.
Well, because the sequel, the John Sayles script is even more about the raptors being.
They're not.
Human.
They're not
They've got
raptors.
human
Yeah, they are.
DNA
They're
in.
Those are not raptors.
What do you mean?
Those are definitely not. Okay, here.
Deinonychus?
If a
Deinonychus or
dog
whatever.
is mixed with a dinosaur, human, and a bunch of other shit, is it still a dog?
Asees, here's the thing though. They're described as looking just like velociraptors. They don't
But
look...
they're not raptors, though.
They're
genetic
hybrids,
makeup is
but
no
you
longer
also
raptor.
didn't like the Indominus for being a hybrid.
That's because it wasn't explained well.
Racist.
But it wasn't explained in the John Sayles script either.
Yeah, it was. What are you talking
They
about?
didn't. What do you mean explained well? They didn't.
Like, they explained everything. What are you talking about?
They went into the science of creating the raptors.
Maybe.
No.
It's been a few years since I read it. I
No.
definitely think they did something that made me buy it.
No.
Yes! I don't care. John Sayles is better. I don't give a shit. It's happening.
Oh, is it?
I'm
Is
saying
you know
that.
why you're saying that? Because you've got a
Why?
thing for pulpy, shitty horror films.
That's probably it.
Kill him. Bring him down.
I know it's a well written script. It's a very enjoyable read. It is totally not Jurassic Park, and I'm glad it didn't happen.
What are you talking about?
But
It's a great spin-off.
It's a great spin-off. If Jurassic Park
Yeah.
had like spin-offs, I'd say go for it. But as a mainline movie, as Jurassic Park 4, no. But there's a part of me that would.
But I will say,
it would be an interesting
the John
movie.
Sayles. What? Yeah, for sure. John Sayles' script handled the trained raptors better than Jurassic World did.
Well, I guess.
Because it had an implant, right? That regulated hormones. That's so smart.
Yeah, I would have actually liked to see something like that. I think that was an interesting little mechanic that was thrown in.
Yeah.
I would have liked
That's
to see the
sci-fi.
science of that thrown in, as well as just conditioning the animals. But the other things, I mean, they were way too trained.
Well, remember the chlamydiosaurus? That's definitely a thing, right?
What?
It's called chlamydiosaurus. I shit you not.
No, you're close though.
No, I'm looking.
it's-
I'm definitely. I'm
That is
looking.
that is the Australian frilled lizard. John Sayles.
I'm looking.
John Sayles didn't research the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. He couldn't remember it was called Dilophosaurus. So he's like, oh, it's a lizard with a frill that shoots out of its neck. So he literally named it the name of the real living lizard rather than Dilophosaurus. But it was a Dilophosaurus. And it swung from tree limbs with its tail.
Oh, great.
I mean, the thing with the Sayles script is you could take a lot of it and make it work. A lot of it, it's a well-written script. It's John Sayles; he's a good writer. But I think the issue is it's not really.
No,
Jurassic
I mean it's got a
World.
lot of cool ideas, like the Excavatoraptors. That's not explained. Why is there something called
but that was
Excavatoraptors
freaky.
on
Imagine
the island?
returning to Nublar after 10, 20 years, and then the raptors have developed in such a way that they're now digging holes like trapdoor spiders and living
I
underground.
love that script so much.
That is creepy and scary.
And then
there's
the hippie American pilot, seaplane pilot, who lands in the ocean outside of Nublar, and then they're going to it, and then for some reason there's just a mosasaur chilling out there. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But you can see they've taken all these elements.
Yeah, you can tell Spielberg's like, hey, I want to train raptors, I want to see a mosasaurus, I want some of these... there's so many weird things. Opening with the ball game with the Pteranodon.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the weird things.
Well, shouldn't we be talking about Jurassic World 2?
Let's talk about
Jurassic World 2. I'm still looking for Chlamydiosaurus.
Alex, what do you want to see?
Dinosaurs.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I think, considering how, we were all like, oh, this film's going to be so nostalgic, it's going to be too much. I didn't get enough in Jurassic World. And
what?
I want a bit more in Jurassic World 2, but I don't think we're going to get any. I think we're going to be veering away.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be its own thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've established themselves as its own thing, which is fine. But yeah, I think the nostalgia feeling, it wasn't so prominent in Jurassic World.
Well, see, as soon as you start really feeling it, in a good way, it's kind of over before you know it, isn't it? Like with the visitor center, and you can't really tell it's a visitor center. It's so dark and it's so overgrown that you really can't tell what you're looking at. And then right when you see the mural and the music kicks in, it's interrupted. You feel like you're going to have this really nice, sweet, nostalgic moment, and it's there, and then it's interrupted when they go into the garage. And I would have just liked to maybe just reminisce a bit longer, because that was a really beautiful shot with the music and the torch, and then just looking at that mural, and that scene hits me in a very true nostalgic way, like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Awkward silence, boys.
Yeah,
Come on.
That got everyone just got sad. They're like,
it's because the nostalgia makes us cry. Because it made me fucking cry, so don't worry about it.
but now you fucking hate that movie.
Yeah, but
Well, I
I still
think
cried.
you're
I cried at the fucking... I cried at the Universal logo.
I fucking hate that movie.
That's a good impression, by the way. I'm sure the people who listen to the podcast will like that.
Yeah,
Make that your ringtone.
yeah, it was really Canadian of me.
So no one's really answered this question correctly yet. But Ryan, what do you want to see in the sequel? What's your ideal sequel? And no chlamydias, please.
I think I touched upon this last time, but we didn't really get that awe, that wow factor with some of the intimate moments with some of the dinosaurs, and with the Apatosaurus in Jurassic World. I mean, we got that, but I mean, it was dying, and it was sad, and it wasn't really it's like, well, fuck, this isn't really happy. So I would like more moments like that, where, especially where Colin was talking about the coexistence of the humans and dinosaurs were going to be explored a little bit more in this movie. So I would like, I don't want the interaction that Chris Pratt had, or that Owen had with the Velociraptors, where if it's meant to be a predator, or if it's meant to be scary, I think it's supposed to stay that way, which is why we all feel that way we do about the raptors. Whereas you can have sort of that relationship with a Triceratops or a Parasaurolophus, or something different, or even if you're riding a giant ass Brachiosaurus, using it as some sort of like farming agricultural method, something like that. I wouldn't mind seeing
I
that.
could buy that.
That's cool. Yeah, I want to see that.
I mean, you would have to have such a time jump into the future, though, to be like, oh, look what's happening with dinosaurs now, for something like that to happen, for it to be integrated in society.
True.
But like, I could buy the animal being used in that way. I think that would actually be, if done right, it could be really humbling, and like it would really be sort of a majestic, very curious type of scene. I mean, it would start to feel like Dinotopia, but I don't know if that's a horrible thing.
Yeah, I just basically did describe Dinotopia, and I don't know if that's necessarily what I want in a Jurassic World movie.
Dinotopia.
I've never seen that, so I don't know what that is.
You should
watch it, man.
Or
It's
pick up
fun.
one of the books, because there's some really nice art in them.
I haven't read a
I
book
just
in
remember
years,
the
my friend.
TV
You
show.
don't even need to read it. Just look at the pictures, Asees.
It's pictures. Yeah.
That's
Picture
good enough
book.
for my small mind. I'll take it.
So I just like to bring up a point. What is with Twitter changing the color of the retweet?
Wait,
What are you talking about?
Wait, what are we talking
God
about?
damn it.
Now it's changed to like a turquoise lighter green, and I hate it.
Was it
And
always
they've
that
changed-
color?
When you click tweets, it like throws them in a little separate window. It's a little weird.
And
Oh, it is different.
they,
Ew.
and a couple.
Oh.
That's
It's like a
disgusting,
pastel
right? And a
color.
couple of months
Pastel
ago,
color. What's going on here?
a couple of months ago, they changed the favorite, the star, to a heart. This
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
Facebook. I don't like this. I'm out.
Fuck this, I'm done.
Finally.
Okay.
Jesus.
Anyways, Jack, what do you want to see in the
Hey,
Jurassic
buddy.
World sequel?
I want to see many, way more hybrid dinosaurs. I want to see
Yep.
raptors trained
Yep.
for the military,
Correct.
and I want to see way more children
Yep.
in the movie.
You know what? You
Only
just
children, in
described
fact.
the John
Only kids.
Sayles script. So
They're
you just
flocking this way.
described Asees' favorite movie. Because I mean, look, there's
There's no kids in John
yes,
Sayles
there is.
script, except at the very start.
There's kidnapped children that
Yeah,
they're
but-
rescuing with velociraptors.
But they're not main characters in the movie, you know?
True, but apparently in the William Monahan rewritten version, he did draft 2.
Really?
There's way more kids. Do you remember what he said?
No,
he
tell
said in
me.
that
I don't
interview.
know
no,
anything
go
about
ahead
it.
and tell me.
Tell
'Cause
me
I don't
everything.
remember.
William Monahan said in an interview he took John Sayles' script and he made the kids like the kids in Willy Wonka.
What?
No.
Wait, what do you mean?
Yeah,
I don't believe
I'm
you.
glad it
What the
didn't
hell
get
does that
made,
mean?
but
They're all dicks.
yeah, I think he made them like kids walking around. Ooh, dinosaur.
Don't say that.
Ooh, a dinosaur that swings from the tree.
So like there were just like kids that are like living out in like the jungles, like being held
I
by
dunno,
drug cartels,
man. I
and
mean,
they were
I
just,
haven't
like,
read
bought
it.
by the dinosaurs because they weren't.
I've never heard this before. That's insane.
Dude, do you not like the
Oh.
past 14 years? It was like one of the most prominent
fuck?
Okay,
articles
hey,
when they
so
talked to William
Can
Monahan.
you, Jack? I know that you followed the Reddit, the Jurassic
Hello.
Park Reddit. Real quick, did you see that somebody posted some of that the art from Carlos Huante, like some of the sculptures and everything, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's fake." They denied it, and I chimed
yeah.
in. I'm like, guys, no, it's not fake. I mean, eventually we could probably get into more detail about this because we know it wasn't fake for a lot of reasons, but
It looks fantastic.
people are like, "Oh yeah, okay, you're fucking lying. Oh, you like lying,"
Where are we? Oh, yes. Debunked.
Yeah, it's not debunked. Jesus Christ, people.
I never went in this thread. I don't remember.
So I chimed in. I'm like, no, it's real, guys. And that didn't.
Oh God, you've been downvoted to hell, Christopher.
I know. When did people?
We have a great track record too, motherfucker.
I know. I mean, I don't think I've ever put anything out there that was wrong. To be honest.
Someone commented,
likes lying.
Chris likes lying. That's
When did people
amazing.
become
I had
convinced
to.
that that was
Sorry,
fake?
but I upvoted that. That's
When
brilliant.
did people become convinced?
Like you're trying to prove it, and then they're like, Chris likes lying. That is fantastic. All right, Chris, I will.
Yeah,
try.
but when did people become convinced that that was fake? I thought people knew that was real.
Yeah, we spoke to Carlos, and he confirmed it to us. He said
we spoke to
he
Carlos?
literally.
Years
Yeah, I
ago.
emailed him back in the day.
Oh my God, this
yeah,
is
because
so
this
new
stuff
for
is
me.
all old. Asees, you were with me before Chris. You joined before Chris.
What was I with you when you did this?
Pretty sure, man.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Well, regardless, it was we spoke to him back then, and his take of it was that Spielberg came in, saw the drawings, and pulled the whole concept.
I laughed when I saw that. But I'm like,
and your post, ooh, you got me.
hold on, guys, I'm sending you an email. Don't read this in the podcast, though.
Chris, thanks for. Was this from Carlos?
Possibly.
Yeah.
Oh
see,
my god,
this
is
is
new for
this
me.
is.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Excuse us, everyone, as we read a long paragraph.
Entertain them, Ryan.
To your right, you'll see a herd of Dilophosaurus
Swinging from the trees with their
swinging
tails.
from the trees
Beautiful.
with Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, see, Chris.
If you look closely, Shia is half naked and also spitting protrudely thing from his mouth,
Quick
which
question,
is something
Chris.
he would probably do. I mean, let's cast him in Jurassic World 2. Boom.
Oh my god, no. Hey,
By the
so
way,
How old is
yeah,
that email?
what
that's a new
Carlos
email,
said to
which
me,
is why I never shared that.
I'll have to pull up the I'll have to pull up my old emails. But what I remember Carlos saying to me was that Spielberg came in, saw the drawings, and immediately pulled the idea.
Yeah, and you can see there's a little bit more detail on what the thing is, I just emailed him personally, which is why I'm not sharing it.
Yeah,
Holy
that's
shit.
fair, man. I mean, but we know that.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew that for ages. Yeah, I'm surprised that people were rejecting
I
that.
didn't know that people thought that it was fake. I think that they, when IOM went ahead and said, hey, we never worked on that version of Jurassic Park 4, because it wasn't really, I don't think it was really IOM. It wasn't like they were in full production. I think it was just a few artists, and they probably got saved to the archives, and that's why the IOM logo existed on it. And then probably because they retained ownership of the art after it's thrown away, they just used it as generic art for like them talking in panels. And honestly, whoever was at IOM probably asked someone who didn't know. They're like, "Is this real?" And they're like, "No, that ain't Jurassic Park 4." And they, but
yeah,
no,
it
it
totally
was.
was.
It
They
was.
totally
It was
made
Joe
that.
Johnston's Jurassic Park 4. I mean, it was a long time ago.
But that's not. I mean, I spoke to Tim Bradley, and he was the same idea.
Who's that?
That was the concept
Yeah, and-
for a while. That was what Jurassic was. I mean, there's a script. It's there. It's all
Yeah,
there. in
exactly.
place.
And I mean,
This
and
is
not
what
even
was
that.
happening.
Remember the 2006 Toy Fair that pulled up that three-fingered Rex that was a hybrid of a T-Rex and a Velociraptor? And there was
Yes.
it was supposed to be military versus dinosaurs and hybrid dinosaurs and meat. I mean, it's existed for so long in so many different forms. So many different people worked on it. I really hope that people were going to update like their portfolios after Jurassic World came out. But I think so many people just forgot about it, lost the art, don't care. They just haven't got that art out. I really was hoping that we would finally like lift the veil off of the years and years of development of Jurassic Park 4. I mean, because Hasbro worked on toys for Jurassic Park 4 back in 2003 and 2004. They were helping pitch the idea.
My mind is literally blown right now. I have nothing to say.
I can't believe you didn't know this, Asees.
Yeah.
We've talked
Are you
about this
kidding?
before.
This can make so much. This connects all the dots. Now it makes so much sense. Everything could.
He's
Everything.
like,
My
he's
life
like
has changed.
it's Jurassic Park. It's a franchise. It makes sense
I didn't
now.
know there were sequels canonically.
Are you? This email has literally blown my mind.
You knew this. Okay.
I did not
cool.
know this exact details.
Anyways.
Okay.
My life is different.
Exciting
I don't
times,
know what to
lad.
do.
So, the Jurassic World sequel, I didn't talk about what I want. Asees, did you talk about what you wanted?
Neither
Yeah,
Oh,
did I. I
Sorna.
didn't actually. I just joked
Oh,
about
yeah,
what
go
I
ahead.
don't want to see. But this is again, Chris. This is what I said before. I don't know
That's
what
fair.
I want now because all I am is scared that they're going to ruin it. And I'll freely admit that I'm worried that they're going to take this franchise just like any other blockbuster, and it's just going to be explosions. There's going to be no tension, and I'm really worried for it.
That the success of The Force Awakens and it sticking true to like more of a classic Star Wars style and formula, do you think its extreme success might give Universal faith in allowing a Jurassic Park movie to be more Jurassic Park?
No,
Yes.
because Jurassic World was so successful.
Yeah, but
Wasn't as
I guess it's
successful.
not down to.
Well,
Oh my
Jurassic World was
god! That's
only
like,
successful
do you want
because of the
1.7
nostalgia
billion?
of
Do you
the
want
movie.
1.6 billion? It's like
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
successful.
no, I mean
for what it
Jurassic World
which,
was
which
incredibly
is
successful.
worrying that they could lead on a similar path.
But if you look,
care less.
I guess if you look at what Star Wars is doing, it's not just blowing up at the box office. It's really a lot of people love that movie, and it's really kind of reinvigorated a franchise that, out of all honesty, instead of it having a Jurassic Park 3, it had 3 Jurassic Park 3s. Worse than
Get
Jurassic
out of here.
Worse
That's
than
so
Jurassic Park
subjective.
3s.
I can't stand prequel haters. Just grow up, man. I'll fight you.
You're like on a minute scale of people who like the prequels.
Honestly, it's 50-50. I really think it's 50-50. Because people my age that grew up with the prequels like those more than the original trilogy. That's just because we grew up with them.
I grew up with them also. I don't know anybody who likes the prequels
All I'm
more.
saying is it's probably 50-50. You guys just blow it out of proportion for whatever reason. And I will defend the prequels. I really will. Because they're fucking great.
Yeah, but they are bad movies.
We
Let's
are
be honest.
reinforcing
They
the
are
fact that Asees' movie opinions are... What's the word I'm looking for? Someone
Wrong?
shaking.
Oh my god. At least I didn't like Jurassic World, you shithead.
Here we go.
I'm kidding. I
Boys.
take it back.
Somebody, hold him back.
Let me at him.
I take it back.
Hold him back. Alex, get Chris.
I'll rip your throat out.
All right.
That's okay.
This is the most angry.
No, we're not.
that
It's all
Asees-
play. It's all play. I don't get angry. It's all play.
Hold him back. Hold him
Oh
back.
my
Hold him
god. I made a fool of myself.
back. Separate ends of the room. Just breathe.
Oh boy.
Somebody get Asees some water. Come on. Get him a drink.
But doesn't it warm your heart to know that somewhere out there, Jurassic Park 3 warmed the hearts of a few souls, one of them being Aziz?
Yeah.
One of three.
There's a reason why after Jurassic Park 3, Jurassic Park 4 took so long to happen. And
Yeah.
I do wonder if like Jurassic Park 4 happened like as quote unquote Jurassic Park 4, what would have happened with the franchise afterwards. I think that it would have, if they would have pushed Jurassic Park 4 out like around like 2004 through 2006, I think that there would have been a similar like 10-year waiting period or so until the next movie.
Really?
Yeah. I think that Jurassic Park 4, if it would have happened, it would have probably made less money? I don't know.
Less money?
Less movie.
It would have failed. I think it would have fucking bombed hard.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that it would have taken a while until another Jurassic Park movie came out. Although,
They might have rebooted the franchise afterwards. Who knows?
exactly, but the problem is so we know Universal has the right to 6 films total. And we have 4 of those 6
Wait,
films
they do?
already. So there's only 2.
I didn't know that.
They only have the rights for 2 more films.
That's what? What's gonna happen after that?
I'm sure they're probably already deep in negotiations with Crichton's estate.
No.
Oh, there'll be plenty more.
Yeah.
No.
Now, I mean, I
let
think
go to
that they
sleep.
probably retain the rights to continue to put out merchandise and other types of brand expansion, but I know that they only had the rights for 6 films. Now, it's very possible that they bought the rights for more films and they just never said anything. Because why announce that? That might be something that they never have to go into in the future. Like, I mean, what if it ends at number 6 and it's 20 years before we see the next movie? I don't know. They might have more movies, but as of like a few years ago, they still only had the rights for 6 films.
That's got to change now because they made so much money with this movie.
Yeah, but it depends how they. I mean, look at the first Jurassic Park, and then look at what the money that was made thereon.
It's a drop about 1/3,
the
right?
last one,
1/3
Jurassic
a
Park
drop
3.
each time.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting if that happens with the sequel. I don't think
What's
it will.
1/3 of
but I
1.6
think
billion? It's still a lot.
What is
right?
interesting is, at the time Jurassic World was released, everyone went to see it. It was amazing. No one thought negatively of it now. But now there is a little bit of people, thinking, do you know what? It wasn't that good. It wasn't perfect. There were some flaws, which means that the average fan, the average moviegoer might, I'll wait for the Blu-ray.
But
you know what I mean?
$1.6 billion. There has to be at least $1 billion worth of like brand new fans.
Oh,
like,
yeah, there
guaranteed
are
success.
a lot of new fans for Jurassic World. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of them love Jurassic Park, but they've never really, they saw Jurassic Park, they love that movie, but they never considered themselves a franchise fan. I'm noticing that with Jurassic World, it's brought out a lot of, younger fans that are like, wow, now I'm a fan of the franchise because I always loved Jurassic Park, but now with Jurassic World I can say I am a current ongoing fan of the franchise. Jurassic World really did bring a lot of new fans to the table and kind of awaken.
It'll be their franchise.
It awakened the fans for a lot of other people. So it's the next movie needs to be good, but if it's good and it hits the right notes, I think that it's going to continue to be a very healthy money-making franchise.
Or it'll just be like Transformers. Each movie is shit, and still makes $1 billion.
Makes a lot of money, yeah.
Hopefully we don't go down that
I
path.
won't lie.
I mean, it's Hollywood, man, and this seems to be where the industry's going and has gone. Look at Fast and the Furious.
One last
even
ride,
though
3 more
Paul Walker
times.
died. They should have stopped. Bro, I thought they would do. I thought that was it for Fast and Furious, but no.
Just announced 10, like up till 10,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Then they're saying
10
it,
movies.
but they said it's done after that. We'll see.
Yeah, but spin-offs
Oh,
too.
good,
though.
good.
Spin-offs.
Until the spin-off.
Exactly.
You know, this is my worry for Jurassic World. It's being treated, or it seems like it's being treated by Universal like any other blockbuster franchise, and the original Jurassic Park just isn't that. You know, and that's I swear that's everyone's worry, is that, you know, it's just another movie with explosions, some dinosaurs as like monsters without real care or thought that's gone into them. You know, that's the worry.
I just want to rewind real quick. Yeah, that's actually something that bothers me with the Pteranodon scene. Is there's no reason for them to attack Main Street the way that they did.
No, they
Now,
just go there
listen,
as in like.
Here's the thing:
let's
if
do
they
it.
wanted that to happen, this is something. As soon as I saw the movie the first time, I had in the back of my head. I'm like, that could have easily been explained if we would have had a scene where we were in the aviary before things go bad, and we see that when the Pteranodons are fed, an alarm that sounds a little bit like that alarm that goes off in the park goes off and out of the feeding chute, and the Pteranodons swarm around the feeding chute. They hear the alarm and they swarm and go and feed. So when they break out, the alarm goes out. All the Pteranodons say, "Oh, there must be food by that alarm," and they go fly over there. Boom! Problem solved.
Yeah, that's
Problem
not
solved.
stupid at
It
all.
makes sense.
Yeah, that's
the animals
brilliant.
are conditioned.
And then they see the people and think,
Yeah,
live.
exactly. I mean, all it took was a little bit of thinking to make it work like that. And the problem is,
Shots fired.
And the problem is it dumbed down some of the animal interactions. Now, things like the Indominus Rex, I felt was handled pretty well, except for the killing all the Apatosaurs. I still just I'm like, how did it kill that many Apatosaurs in such a close proximity to each other?
Whoever said that, you're right. 100%.
But no, I mean, that would have made the Pteranodon scene work, and it just would have added that little extra, hey, these are animals, they're not monsters, they're just murdering. You would have seen, oh, look, they hear an alarm, they know they're being fed. They hear the alarm.
But this is it. They're just, the dinosaurs in Jurassic World, more or less, are just monsters.
Yeah.
They're just, and that's the problem. That's everyone's problem with JP3,
Yeah, the
right?
Spinosaurus in the movie is a monster. I mean,
But the raptors are...
It's
the
just
raptors
out
are
to
true
kill
animals.
everyone.
Raptors are animals.
yeah, the raptors are animals in Jurassic Park 3. I'll give you that.
They're the most animalistic we've ever seen them.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
See, you can't. You know, the argument that Jurassic Park 3 doesn't move the franchise forward is
Absolutely
true.
it does.
It doesn't do anything other than the
They
raptors.
brought Hoskins
you
to
know.
Jurassic World, you weirdo.
That's
No,
yes,
it didn't. Though it didn't intentionally do that.
No, it didn't.
That was just something they made up for the website
That's canon,
to link
though, so who
JP3.
cares?
It's canon now, but that wasn't.
It's canon now, but
yeah,
Doesn't matter.
you
It's
can't
canon
argue
now.
that. That's not a good
They
argument.
created-
You
New character.
retroactively fixed Jurassic Park 3, though. It's okay. You can do that.
Oh, so you're saying Jurassic Park 3 needs fixing? You admit it.
Some things don't work, yeah. It's not perfect. Maybe it
there's
is.
no such thing.
Only Lost World is
I
perfect.
think the idea of looking for a perfect
Maybe it
movie
is.
is kind of silly. I mean, there's no such thing as a perfect movie. It's either you
Lost
you
World.
love it, you like it, you hate it, you tolerate it, but there's no such thing as perfect. You can't really hold it to like. That's why I don't like number ratings on movies. It's just how does it make you feel? You can't really put a number on how does.
Yeah, films
Exactly.
are subjective for sure, Chris. But
I
I
feel
think
fine.
everyone in their right mind can agree that The Lost World is the best
Exactly,
movie
right.
ever made. Like that
So-
goes without saying.
So with the Jurassic World sequel, I think then that's a fair point. I think we all want to see dinosaurs acting like animals, and if we want there to be a reason behind their actions that actually makes sense in a animalistic, scientific way. So we want to see.
But this is
we
it.
want-
The issue is if they bring them back as hybrids and they start, different breeds of dinosaurs.
they can do whatever they want at that point.
There's no excuse for them to be
Sure.
animals anymore, and then it just becomes monsters, and then it's
so
a monster
that's what
movie,
we're,
and then
that's
everyone's
exactly what we're
out.
saying. We don't want a monster movie. So what do you want with the Jurassic World sequel? You want the dinosaurs or whatever animals they have in that movie to act like animals. You want them to be dangerous. You want them to wreck shit. But
Yeah, they have no idea what century they're in. They're going to defend themselves.
Violently if necessary.
You know, I think that's relevant. Isn't it? Didn't Colin say something about that though in an interview? The whole idea of Jurassic World is based around that one line.
Jurassic World's based around the Malcolm line where he said, you patent it, you're selling it, and
slapped it on a plastic lunchbox.
And then he said the sequel's all based around Alan Grant's quote, which is dinosaurs and men. 65 million years. I can't do it. But
and then Ellie says that's Jurassic World 3, I guess. Ellie's line. We
so
assumed
Jurassic
this at
Park.
the time.
I mean, actually, I think Jurassic World 3 will be women inheriting the Earth.
Well, that's Colin's plan.
I'm okay with that. Don't worry about it.
Condors.
I had planned condors.
That's Jurassic World 4.
All right, guys. I have to run. You guys have fun.
All right. Well, that's a perfect time to wrap, guys.
We didn't talk about dinosaurs.
Well done.
Next time.
Because
I think there's a lot to talk about what
the
sequel could do, and I think there is some interesting. I think there could be some interesting discussion to carry this on to be continued.
Definitely. We will reconvene, and we will continue to bash Jurassic Park 3, to praise The Lost World,
yep,
and to worry about the future of the franchise.
Well said.
Thank you for listening to the JurassicWorld.org podcast. I've been... No, I'm not going to do that. I've been Jack.
I hope you've been Jack, yeah.
You're like, I am actually not Jack. We all...
This is true.
That's actually Chris, and the Jack is actually
Asees.
the American guy, yeah. Or me, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Jack is you.
The American guy.
The American guy. The American guy. Alright, guys, any last words? Before I kill all of you.
Oh.
I have to admit, I'm excited for Chris likes lying, his attack back on Asees.
Oh.
We shall wait and see.
It's all in jest.
Oh, is it? Is it Asees?
Chris likes lying.
I don't know. Yeah, Chris, can you please change your Twitter handle to Chris likes lying? That's fantastic.
Oh my god.
Chris likes lying. 10 out of 10. Alright, guys. Farewell.
Until next time.
Enjoy. Until next time. Enjoy your days.
Bye.
Good luck with the midterms.
Thank you, sir.
It's always midterms for Asees, so just good luck, Asees.
Thanks, man.
Endless good luck.
Yep.
Asees likes lying. Alright, cool. I'll see you.
Shots fired.
See you later, guys.